Today. Good day, everyone. Okay, a minute. Let me alert the group that we are live. See, let's get right into it. So, today is literally about how we are going to make our next years, our position ourselves for very good passive income in our investments in the coming years. Okay, so this is literally how are we going to make money investing? How are we going to start it now? By tomorrow now we are going to be entering December. And December, we know it is one of those times, in fact, the major time where we most people spend the most in celebration, preparing for Christmas, preparing to meet in-laws, all of these celebrations. But it's also a time to position yourself for a very bountiful next year. It depends on how you make use of the opportunities that present themselves this period. So this is why we're having this live now. How do we position ourselves? How do we start investing for passive income? Now, this period, before we finish everything in our dirty December. We don't want that. We don't want that. Okay? Okay, let's paint a picture. You must have known someone, or you are someone that literally when you are growing up, you saw some amount of shege in a typical Nigerian home, making money or having someone cater for you or having everything you want is not a privilege most people enjoy. So you must have had someone, like you must have been in a position where you literally told your life, like you see your parents struggle so hard every day to provide for you, to provide for your siblings, and you have promised yourself that when you grow up and when you start making money, that will not be your story. Remember, you promised yourself that, right? Because I did too. I literally did too. Now you have started making money. You are seeing money small small, but now the responsibilities that come with that, we don't even want to talk about it. That is a story for another day. But you have seen yourself, and you know that if you continue like this, it is basically repeating the same cycle of pain every for the next generation to come. One moment, I don't know. Can you hear me? Can you hear me clearly? Let me put my mic. I don't know. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, let me know. I don't even know if. Oh, okay, okay, all right. So you've promised yourself that you don't want to repeat that same cycle of pain. But guess what? You started making your own money, and you are aware that you need to start investing, because if you don't invest, you will literally just have to toil all your life without having anything to show for it, right? And now you want to start investing, but what you've heard is buy land and keep. When it comes to real estate, just buy land and keep. Now, the thing about it is, when it comes to that particular type of real estate, you buy land, you keep, you wait. Now, between the period where you buy and then you wait till the place is mature before you sell, right? Between the period where you buy and then wait for the place to mature before you sell, what happens? Like, what is literally happening with your investment at that period? Absolutely nothing. You are waiting. Time is going. Things are getting harder. You are working extra because as you grow, responsibilities are growing with you. You are now having children. Your children have to go to school. Now you are working extra hours, but you have an investment that you are literally waiting. You're waiting for the place to mature before you sell. Now, the thing about this is the period you are waiting, zero naira enters your account. Nothing. The investment does absolutely nothing for you. Absolutely nothing. If this is the only way to create wealth, if this is like an ideal way to create wealth in real estate, I don't think all these millionaires or billionaires we know had their billions from real estate. I would not think that they would attain that if that is the ideal way to create wealth in real estate. Are you seeing where we are going? Like, if buying land and waiting for the place to mature and then you sell it out is the ideal way to create wealth in real estate, what it simply means is that you have to wait. Maybe when you are now like 100 before you now make good money from your investment. Does that work? Like, does that, like, how do we attain financial freedom with that model? Let's ask ourselves this question. How do we attain financial freedom? How do we get to a point where you don't have to work for money anymore, if that is the ideal model to follow? Hmm. Now, a better formula is this: invest. Get your investment to make you money. And at the point of maturity, if you're investing in developing areas, get it to start making you money. At the point of maturity, you will not be thinking of selling. What you'll be thinking of is how you can hand down more of this kind of investment to your next generation so that they can also benefit from the income that particular very good income producing asset is already doing for you and for your children. Do you get it? I strongly believe that you will sell out only something that doesn't have much more value for you than your present need. If something is as that valuable to you, you wouldn't sell it all else. Selling it is much more profitable. Do you get? If you have a company that makes you 100 million or 100 billion every year, if you ever think of selling that company, it is at a price that you know that even in the next 10 years, in the next 20 years, you, with the particular area or the particular strength you have running that company, will not be able to attain it. So you are selling out something that is already bringing you much more value for a much more higher value. But when we are talking about selling out your assets, you only sell out your asset when it is life and death situation. Because when we are talking about life, it is literally, you cannot compare anybody's life to anything monetary. So it is not life and death and you are selling, it simply means that asset do not hold much value. Nobody sells their asset to, or else it stop being valuable. Mhm. Or else it stops being valuable. Now, if you are going to make good money, if you're going to make good money, or if your investments are ever going to worth it, it simply means you have to be investing in something that brings you income over time. And this income can increase over time. And that is what brings us to our topic of today. If you're going to invest in land in a way that brings you income. Invest in land in a way that brings you income. And this is exactly where investing in agriculture, like I always tell you, comes into play. Let me tell you some fun facts. Do you know that agriculture, as a sector of the economy, makes up 21% of Nigerians' GDP? And agric is not even the major means of Nigeria income. But this sector alone makes up only at least 21% of Nigerian GDP as at 2023. What it means is that if Nigerian GDP as at 2023 is 53.1 trillion, agriculture alone makes up at least 1 trillion of that. Mhm. And there are investors that are cashing out that kind of money. These investors are investing in real estate as well. But the only difference between you and them is that they are investing in developing areas and they are not waiting for it to appreciate and then they sell. They are investing in a developing area in a way that brings them income from the get go. And this is literally what we're talking about today. This is where Palm City comes into play. In our group, I've already sent you like the brochure of Palm City, every information about Palm City. So we are literally going to be discussing it like the community we are. We are discussing Palm City
like in details, and also answering any question you have about Palm City. Now, this is one thing you need to know. Palm City is a farm estate of oil palm plantation only. Fun fact, oil palm is a forest product. What it means is that oil palm is a foreign estate product. You can literally sell oil palm in the foreign market and make dollars. Yes. You don't even have to build house. Literally investing your money in one bush, they plant oil palm for you. You can be making dollars in your sleep without having to even build any facility for that. You don't have to have any business for that. Just your investment. That is one. Two, a particular oil palm farm in Nigeria makes about 23 billion naira every year, at least 23 billion naira. And this is true because at the economic value and the income from Palm City can make you at least 50 to 70% of your investment, if not 100. And I'm going to show you how as we progress. Literally, we can break it down and see how you can make at least 50%. What 50% means is that if you put in 10 million in an oil palm plantation, be expecting at least, like your oil palm no do well, be expecting at least 5 million. And this is very, very realizable. It is not even like rocket science, because oil palm, not just oil palm alone, also the byproducts they are money themselves. Like you harvest oil, but even the chaff when they come from oil can make you money as well. In oil, nothing is a waste. Not even the chaff is a waste. So when you are making money from oil, palm oil, that is just one sector of what your palm plantation can give you. There is the palm kernel oil, which is a daily need. A daily need. Like you might not be using palm oil to cook, but guess what? Every day you must have used oil palm, the palm kernel oil. You must have used it. It's something that we use every day. And as long as human being day, this oil palm produce will never go out of extinct. Literally. So this is literally like what Palm City is out to do for you. See, you may or you may not know that oil palm is a very strategic investment. And this one of or the two reasons why you may not know is that one, there are no much awareness about this particular investment. Yes. Mm-hmm. There are no much awareness because the few that are making money from it will not tell you. So that the place will not be saturated now. Imagine, when the business of oil started going, like it started coming into people's face, and you can make money from just selling oil. Everybody rushed and started buying keg of oil up and down. The business casted. And the people that were making billions from it now had much competition. So the thing where they make money, you'll not be hearing about it too much. Oh. You'll not be hearing about it too much because that is human nature for you. Somebody that makes billion will not necessarily or openly, or else by divine intervention, or literally the person is a selfless person. That is when the person will tell you what is making them billions. So that is why all of this information is just as if they are best kept secret until they come into light. Now, the advantage is being the foregoers of keying into it before everybody comes in. Because, like it or not, the awareness have started. How I'm carrying the awareness as well. The awareness has started, and like it or not, people will start keying into it. Ah, very well. In the next 5 years, you will not be the only one that have, like, you must have known someone or have heard someone that know about investing in oil palm plantation. And people that have, like, people can would literally go and buy up acres of oil palm plantations. Buy up acres so that before you even come, if you're asking for one plot, you'll be paying millions for it, because this is somebody's, like, is a generational investment that makes money for generations that you want to buy. It will be like buying a hotel. You know, there's a difference between buying a rental apartment and buying hotel. Hotel makes you money every day. Rental apartment makes you money every year. So it would literally be like buying a hotel when it comes to land. You pay more for it. That is just it. You will pay more for it. So this is like an advantage of, as a foregoer. It's called the first movers advantage. The awareness not too strong now. That is why you can get it at a very minimal price. When the awareness strong, everybody's rushing. It will be like buying land in Lekki. I am telling you, it will be like buying land in Lekki. You'll be like, no be Lekki I dey buy, oh, it's one bush. The bush that makes you money, not any bush. You get? Not any bush. And there are bushes there, but there are bushes that make you money. They are called acres of gold. They are called acres of gold, not any kind of bush. You get? So yeah, another reason is that you might be asking yourself, me that don't know about farming, how am I going to plant plantation? I'm not even in Nigeria. How am I going to plant plantation? And Nigeria, you don't even know who to trust. Who will I call to come and start planting my palm plantation and all of that, and also managing it and seeing everything that is happening? These might be the questions you're asking, right? If I'm correct, if I'm saying your mind, just type yes in the comment section. Let me be seeing it. If these are the things that are bothering you, me that is not in Nigeria, me that don't even know about palm plantation, how am I going to plant it? How am I going to cultivate it? If these are the things that are bothering you about this particular investment, type yes in the comment section. Let me be seeing it. Okay, it's on. Type yes in the comment section. How am I going to do it? I'm not in Nigeria. Oh. How am I don't even know if I can trust anybody in Nigeria, my sister. This is where Palm City comes into play. And I will tell you how as we get into it. Okay? Now, this is the system of wealth with Palm City. This is how it works. First of all, you own the land. Fully own the land. The land comes with a C of O. So when you buy, you get a deed of assignment and your registered survey, your contract of sales, and your receipt of payment. All when you buy. So you own this land completely. You have every right to pass on the ownership to anybody you want. I know it will be your generation because you know even I understand. I can see you, Salome. Welcome, Elizabeth. Welcome. I can see you. Okay, so this is it. First, you own, you have full ownership of your land, and you can pass it on. And I know that when it comes to passing it on, you don't even want to sell it. Hey, you don't want to sell it. Because something that is making you money, you don't want to sell it. It's making you good money. You know that if you sell this thing, that means you are cutting off that pipeline of the milk that is bringing you. You get? So you can pass it on to anybody, your generation, your children. Okay? Then we come about the farming. How do we get to the farming? And this is where the management comes into play. We have experts that have been in this oil palm plantation for over 10 years. So they have 10 years of experience. They have been employed to come and see and manage the farming of all of these acres for our investors. Okay? And the day-to-day management, which includes like checking up on the farm, seeing when it's time to weed or cut down things, they do it. And I heard there are times that you also have to burn. Okay, I don't know how true that is, but I heard there are times you also have to burn the plantation a bit. I don't know how true that is, but when it comes to the day-to-day management, our experts in the field take care of everything from the setting up of your plants to the day-to-day management to the harvesting of your farm produce. Okay, and then the security of your farm is also taken care of by us, our management, the symbolic developers. How? The best way to take care of farm in developing areas is not just about employing security, but employing security from the community and also liaising with the community. These things are not rocket science, just that you have to be like owners with the community to be able to do that. Okay, you have to be like a huge owner with the community. That's why the best bet are developers. That is why it is a palm estate, a farm estate. So it's not just about like employing security from the community, also liaising with the elders, the youth of the community, so that they will carry the place like their own. There is a way you do it. You give them stipends whenever you visit the community. You make sure you see them and let them know that you know what they are doing for you. Come on, the way they carry your matter for head, eh? The way they carry, you see all these people, this thing that people used to say, there's a community you buy from, they will come and resell your land. It's not to everybody. Oh. It's not to everybody. That's why they always like when you're buying from community, community can easily detect when you're a novice. Hey, you want to buy land, you are going on your own, and this is the first time you're buying land. You are going to buy for community. Community can easily know that you're a novice because people wait don't, you know, gather strength. They don't gather stamina. They don't like use the community people well. There is a way we do it. Yes, there is a way. You have meetings upon meetings upon meetings. You meet people like they need to know you. Like even when you are passing, they know that it's you that is passing. They will hey you well. That's when you know that you are now an integral part of the people that matter to them. And the way they will carry your matter for head. Hey, they don't want anybody else to come near your thing. Only the youths. You'll be like, is you people's land that I bought so? But yes, this is one of the ways we ensure security for products around communities. And this is exactly what developers, the symbolic development also did and are doing. Okay. Now that is about the security. Then when it comes to the harvest is done also by the management and the farm experts. They harvest everything, process. When if you look through the brochure, you will see that where there is a section for processing the warehouse and the section for processing the farm produce. Because farm produce, if you harvest a farm produce, you don't process it. How do you bring out the product farm? Okay, there is no way you bring out the product or else you process. So in there is a part or a section of the farm or the palm city where which is strictly for processing of the farm produce, and then a warehouse for storage, because the all the developers are also going to be foreseeing sales the sales of your farm produce, everything from beginning to end. And of course, you're going to be getting report of how everything has been or is going from the get-go, from your farm setup. You are going to be getting updates of everything from every step of the way. Once your farm is set up, you get updates every quarter. You get updates of how your farm is doing. Farm is processed, is harvested, though, you get updates. They have processed your own badge of the farm, you get updates. Okay, we are about to sell your own badge of the farm, you get updates. If you want to sell it yourself, you also let us know, we let you sell it yourself. Maybe you have already, you have people that you can sell it to, maybe companies that you know, or you have a group of buyers that you can sell it to. You want to sell it yourself, we let you do that. But if you want us to sell it, we go ahead and sell, and you see all the report of how everything went. Okay, and at the end of the sales, that is when we talk about the income. I'm also going to be giving you like a projected income of what you can expect from your farm produce, like from your um oil palm plantation. Okay, I'm going to be giving you a breakdown of incomes you can expect from your oil palm plantation. Okay, now when we talk about the income, this is where the profit sharing comes into play. The management takes 30%, you take 70%. Okay, so for everything, you don't pay for setting up of the farm. In fact, in the first year, you don't pay for anything. It's part of everything you pay for. For setting up of the farm, you don't pay anything. Management takes their management fee only after the sales are done. They take 30%, you go on with your 70%. Excuse me, excuse me. So you go on with your 70%. Now there are different byproducts of the oil palm plantation. There is the palm oil, there is the palm kernel oil, and there is a palm kernel cake. The palm oil alone, let me give you a breakdown. You own Palm City in acres, okay? You don't own it in plots. You own in acres, and 1 acre of palm the Palm City farm can give you up to 60 trees. 60 trees of palm plantation. So when you own an acre, you own 60 trees. You own 2 acres, you own 120 trees. And 1 acre can give you between 2,000 to 4,000 liters of oil. Just palm oil. We've not talked about the palm kernel oil or the palm kernel cake. The palm oil alone can give you between 2,000 to 4,000, I think 4,500 liters of palm oil. Now, going with the current market price of 1 liter of palm oil as at May 2024 in the it's called wholesale market. In the wholesale market or the forest market, it is sold for like 1,600 per liter. Now, if you multiply that by 2,000 to 4,500, you see the range of what you can expect from your oil palm plantation just from the sales of palm oil alone. Okay, just from the sales of palm oil alone. Mind you, palm oil is also a forest product, just like every part of the oil palm produce. Okay, so if you calculate 1,600 to by 2,000, multiply 1,600 by 2,000, 2,160 to or 4,500, you'll be getting between 3 million to 7.5 million naira. And that is what you can expect. Now, from this now, management takes 30% and you go on with the rest. That is literally how the profit sharing is done. Management takes 30%, you take 70%. So when someone knows that, Omo, if this thing do well, that is when I will make my own money, they take it much more personal because their own share, their own cost is also there. And that is why this model is so beautiful. Because management also benefits from the goodness, from how good your farm does. Do you get? So that's literally how the farm city works. Now you might be asking, okay, where is this located? It's located at Ibadan. Isie Saki Road, or your Ibadan. That is where Palm City is located. It comes with a C of O. It's a fully registered farm estate. A fully registered farm estate with a C of O. So when you buy, you get a deed of assignment and your survey plan and also a contract of sale. Now, when you make a first deposit, you get a receipt, your letter of acknowledgement, and also I think a contract of sale. Yeah, that's when you get your contract of sale as well. All right. Now, what about management? Who is going to be managing this? It is managed by the farm experts, Yield Rise Africa, and the integrated foreign integrated farm. These are the expert, the farm expert that are taking care of the plantation of these acres. They have been doing it for years. Like they know oil palm plantation like the back of their hand. They have been doing it for years. Now let's talk about risk mitigation because everybody will be asking, this place I'm going to put my money on. How sure am I? How am I sure it's safe? How am I sure this one will not happen? How am I sure that one will not happen? So let's talk about all the risk and how this what we've done and what what has been done to ensure the mitigation of all the risk you can expect. First is government. This place is, you can be asking, this place that is still like developing. Are you sure government will not come one day and say, you should not have this here again? And then what will not happen to my investment and all that? Okay, that is why the first thing that has been done is to ensure the registration of the farm estate. And for it to have a C of O, it is not in anywhere that is excised, like that is not excised by the government. It simply means is that it's not in any way that has any future project by the government. And even if government say, hey, we want to now use this place, it has to be compensated because there is a certified document that is backing the investment up. Okay. Now, the second thing that has been done is also to ensure that we are up to date with the government policies when it comes to Oyo Ibadan. Okay, any new policy that comes out, look at it and see, is it affecting our investment or it's not affecting us? Okay, no problem. If it's affecting us, we look at how we can mitigate it. What can we do now to ensure that this thing does not affect the investment and the investors that have invested with us? These are the things we do with the government policy, with the government risk, to ensure that one is not in anywhere that would have that has any interest of the government or that is not excised, and also the registration of the land so that it's fully registered with the government with a C of O backing it up. That is one. Now, two, security. How are we sure? How sure are we? This one that is in the community that is still developing. Are you sure they will not come and steal this our product when the thing now mature very, very well? We understand that risk. And that is why the security measures are very strict and tight when it comes to Palm City. First, of course, there will be full security surveillance 247 in the estate, because estate, first of all, everything is going to be fenced all round, and also security personnel will be there 247, and they are from the community. Yes. So developers has also gone ahead to liaise with the community and always liaise with the community so that they carry matter for head. So that they carry our matter for head and our investors matter for head. Because it's not easy, oh. It's not easy, oh. You get? So of course this is their community, and you when you go to people's house, even though they have given you full ownership, there is a way you also respect and acknowledge that, hey, thank you. I know I've bought this from you. I know this is your inheritance and I've paid you for it. But for the fact that I'm here, thank you. And I acknowledge and honor your presence in this place as now Una be the ancestral and original owner of this place. And these liaising are literally, they bring peace between developers, the properties of investors, and the community. Okay, that is how the security measures have also been taken into precaution, and also the insurance of the farm. I don't know if you've heard before, but farm, in fact, anything that makes you money and can and unforeseen circumstances can happen to it can be insured. You get, like, even your house, even your car, even your phone. That is not a common practice here in Nigeria. But of course, our sisters in abroad, you guys can testify that anything that is personal property to you, business property to you, can be insured. And that is also what has been taken into place in Palm City. Palm City, as a farm estate, is insured against unforeseen circumstances, because you can take all the precautions in the world, but you can never be too careful. Anything can happen. And in case of anything happening, our insurance will take care of it, because it's not like we caused it now. You get, it's not like it was planned, and it's because of this unplanned event that these investments are also insured, because it's somebody's money. They are investors' money in this project. Okay, now we talk about the environmental risk as well. What about soil pollution, soil erosion? How sure are we that the farm will do well? How sure are we that this thing will not, that will not all spoil and will not now bring make the most that we expected from our farm? This is why the environmental risk has also been taken into consideration by testing of the soil to ensure that the soil, if you plant palm produce here, this soil has everything to support the growth and the best from the farm produce. That is one. Two, the kind of seedling that is also planted also matters, because when it comes to agriculture, just like maize, if you are conversant with maize farming, you know that there are different kinds of seedlings. Like, it's called seedling, but I'm pronouncing the English well. The thing you put in the ground that now bring you maize. If you're conversant with maize farming, you know that there are different kinds. Just like every other farm produce, I mean, anything you put in the land, there are different varieties of it. So we've ensured that even the ones that the specific specimen of palm seedling that is planted are the ones that can withstand any environmental hazard and still bring you optimal harvest. That is the F1 terrain seedlings. It is like the best specimen of oil palm seedling. So, and that is what is going to be planted in the Palm City plantation. Okay. Now, the final one we are going to be looking at is the market risk. Ah, how sure are we that when we now go to sell it, that oil palm will still be 1,600? How sure are we? And that is why there is something called product diversification. Why Nigeria? As if you are in Nigeria or you understand what's going on in Nigeria, you know that nothing stays the same price in Nigeria. Nothing stays the same price. Nigeria can work for you. Oh. As a business person, Nigeria can work for you very well, because nothing stays the same price. And even when everybody is shouting, "Hey, it's in a one one liter, 1 liter of oil palm just manually was a 5,000." All of us will finish out. We'll still buy it, because if you not buy, what will you use and cook? Do you understand? So, like, Nigeria already is an environment that can work for any business person. Once it's buying and selling, if government charge you and you put it in your product now, everybody will pay. Do you get it? But also, that aside, there has been that is why we have varieties of products that are going to be pushed into the market. Not just the oil palm or palm oil, also the palm kernel oil, which is one of the byproducts of the oil palm, is also going to be sold. So even if the oil palm not do palm kernel oil will take care of it. And let's say by the time we are ready to sell, 1 liter of oil, which is very rare case that can happen, that 1 liter of palm oil is now sold for 1,000 in Nigeria. Amen. Oh. Oh God. Me and you know that in Nigeria that we are, by the time we are ready to sell, is more than 2 times or 3 times the price, current price it is right now in Nigeria. But let's say now now come and reach the 1,600, it's now 1,000, and we are losing like 600 naira in every liter. Okay. The palm kernel oil sales also covers for that. And then there is also another byproduct, which is the palm kernel cake. That is a very essential thing needed for production of all of these things we are using. Even your cream, your soap, food stuff. There are some food that need these byproducts. Perfumes. In fact, you you are using palm oil more than you know. I'm telling you, in your house now, you can count at least 5 things that have these byproducts of palm oil that you don't even know that you are using. And there are companies that produce this thing and they need it on a daily basis, not monthly or weekly. On a day, as long as production is going on, these things will always be in sales. Always. And guess what? They are limited supply. And because they are limited supply and demand is increasingly growing, the prices will not fluctuate or go down. You can always talk about going up, but go down, ha, in Nigeria, very, very rare. If you've heard when anything went down in Nigeria, please let me know. But it's very, very rare. So these are the things like these are the risk, likely risk that you can expect and how it has already been mitigated. Now, you'll be asking, how can I start? How much is it now going for? For palm oil, the palm plantation, that is Palm City, you buy in acres. 1 acre is 6 plots. You either buy in acres or hectares. You either buy in acres or hectares, like I told you. So 1 acre is currently sold for 3 million naira. Currently sold for 3 million naira. And you can spread back your payment for up to 6 months without an extra charge for up to 6 months. However, there is a juicy deal for us if we key in now. There is a juicy deal for us. Yes, you can pay on installments and you don't have any extra charge, but when you are paying on outright, there is a discount for you. However, there is still a juicy deal for us, and that is what we are going to be discussing. So if you want this juicy deal, come to my DM now. Let's discuss how we can start. Okay, and that is just about Palm City. Now, if you have any question right now, this is the time to ask. I will be looking through the comments to answer any question. So if you have any question, please drop it on the comments so we can walk through it now. Okay? Waiting. I'll be waiting. If you have any question, just let me know in the comment section and let's walk through it now. Mm. Any questions? Any question? Type yes in the comment section. Let me know that you are writing a question. Okay. I see you, Salome. Okay, yes, yes, yes. I see you. Elizabeth, you mentioned the forecast for oil, palm oil, yes, not other byproducts. Yeah. What are their forecasts? Yeah, there is literally a reason for that. It's just for you to see what you can make from just palm oil. Okay? And we've not even talked about oil, the palm kernel oil and the byproducts. Now, these ones are based on liaising. Okay, and of course foreign exchange at that time. So there you cannot literally say, okay, this is something you can, this is a price you can pinpoint on it at now. Just like when you go to the forex market, if you've seen, like, take for instance, even I'm trading in the forex market online. The price today is not the price tomorrow. Okay, the price tomorrow is not the price next week, so they can literally front trade within 24 hours, because these ones are foreign exchange. They are going to be sold on the foreign market only, only on the foreign market. Okay, so this is why we don't have a specific forecast for the byproducts, because they are going to be sold only on the foreign market, and you cannot really pinpoint and say this is the price of this thing, this is the steady price of this thing. They are just, at that time you want to sell, that's when you know the price for that day. Just like buying dollars is when you want to buy it, you know the price for the day. The price today might not be the price tomorrow. Do you get it? So that is why there is no forecast for oil, the byproduct, that's palm kernel oil and palm kernel cake. However, the oil palm are sold both locally and in foreign. So you can literally say, okay, yes, this is something this is what you can sell in the local market, as that this year this is what was sold in the local market. That is why we have a forecast for oil palm only. Do you understand? Okay, Salom. Let me read out your question. Do you understand, Elizabeth? Let me know if you got this explanation. Okay. Salome, do these companies have any previous success rate of a previous project done? Yes. Yes. Um, yes. For the palm experts, they have been doing it for 10 years. So you can literally like check them out. The oil palm, the huge rice farm. You can literally check them, and they have been. Is this one? Is not like they just started this project like this year. They have been doing palm plantation for years. So you can check them out and see how they are doing their thing. Okay, okay. Then okay. Also, the price of the land at the pre-launch price, are are they okay? Now I get it. Also, the price of the land at their pre-launch price, and the pre-launch price end the 5th of December. What happens when the pre-launch price is, because it's really close? Okay, yes, the pre-launch price is it ends the first week of December, definitely. However, there has not been any price stated that it will now be bought. You don't want to take the chances. The only thing we can do right now is make an initial deposit and lock it up in that price. But if we are ready right now and the time is a little bit close for you, we can work on a deal with the management to give us a little bit of extension after 5th of December. But that is only what we can do. But the pre-launch price, this is just the pre-launch price. However, we don't know the price it will be sold for after the 5th of December. But we can work on an extension. That is what I can do after the 5th of December. Okay? So if you're ready and you feel like 5th of December is really close, then let's talk and see what we can do, the deals we can work up for you. All right? Yeah. Salom, did you get my explanation? Okay, okay, I can see you. Okay, thanks. You're welcome. All right. All right. No. No. So one thing about December is that most of the deals are in December. Of course, we know we are going to have some December sales, like December bonanza or December promo. That is why I'm telling you that we can work out an extension within December, but January is not assured. January is not assured. The only thing we can do is make an initial deposit. Okay? You can start with any amount as initial deposit from 500K. Start with an initial deposit and then pay up as you go. We have 6 months, so you can be paying 500K every month to 6 months. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? My network went out a bit. Yes, yes, yeah. So the only thing we can start with an initial deposit of 500K and then pay up as you go. Right. That's basically it. Any other questions for me? Let's get on into it. All right. Any other questions? If you're writing any other question, just type yes so I know that you're writing an equation for me. All right. If you're writing any other question, just type yes in the comment section so I know you're writing up the question. We didn't get this info. Which info? Yeah, I know. I know we didn't. So this project actually came up last month. And like I told you, we have to do our due diligence. We cannot just bring up any project to you. Okay? It has to go through thorough due diligence before we bring it. But it literally came up last month. All right. So that's why I say we can work up an extension for us, but it's within January. Within December, I mean, not until January, within December. All right. Yeah. I know it's a very good deal, but ah, we cannot just bring up anything there without doing our due diligence. That's why we are just getting this info now. But like I said, you can start with an initial deposit. All right. Yeah. Okay. Are there any other questions for me? Or should we call it a night? You're welcome, Salome. I see you. All right. So we call it a night here. Excuse me. We call it a night here. If you have any other questions that we've not really attended to or we've not talked about, my DMs are open. And of course, just contact me on WhatsApp, send me a message on WhatsApp, and discuss more in details. And if you also want to get into it, send me a message on WhatsApp. I will send you the subscription form and every other details you need to start investing immediately. Okay? All right. Good night, Salome. Good night, Elizabeth. I will see you all in the group. And Merry Christmas in advance. And let me be the first to tell you Merry Christmas in advance. Tomorrow is 1st of January. Happy New Month in advance and happy holidays. December go dirty, but let's dirty it with wisely. Let's make investment first. Keep palm. And here we can now be dirtying and be going. You get? All right. I will see you all in the group. Have a very good night rest. Bye bye.